Friends, how are y'all today? Y'all know I always have to ask you guys, how are y'all doing? I really do care about how y'all feel, what y'all are doing, and anything that y'all are going through. I hope y'all know that by now. But today I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys about the best fiction books I feel like everyone should read. And these are the best fiction books that I feel like everyone should read according to the fiction books that I have read. Of course, y'all know that my genre is basically like contemporary romance, the light fluffy reads, pregnancy tropes, enemies to lovers, second chance at love, like all the fluffy, just happy books. But of course, y'all know I am a thriller girl too, so I love thriller books as well. When I do get up on fiction books, it's always because of some type of recommendation I've gotten, or books that I have seen on other people's channels who actually read those type of genres, and like I get the books from off of their recommendations. So since I don't read them as much, but I do read a little bit of everything, I just wanted to share with you guys the ones that I feel like everyone should read. And always remember, y'all, the ones that I like or the ones that I recommend may not be what you like or what you would recommend. So just remember, it's okay if you don't feel the same about the book that I feel the same about. Because we're all different, we all like different genres, and even though some of us might like the same genre, we probably won't like all of the books the same in that particular genre. So you guys always remember that, and just always remember we are a big happy family who loves to read books and who always love to have different opinions on the books that we read, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because I'm gonna pop up a picture of one fiction books that I feel like everyone should read. And with that being said, guys, y'all remember, do all the things the YouTubers tell you to do, like subscribe to my channel, make sure that you have your notification bells on, like, comment, and remember, Yolanda's Books is always on every Wednesday and Sunday, preferably around 9 o'clock a.m. unless life or internet happens. Like, y'all, the internet these days is just like sucks. I mean, I don't know if it's just me or the area that I'm in, but like the internet is just so crazy. But that is what we're going to do today. That's why I wanted to come on and talk to you guys. And also I want to know what you guys are reading. What fiction books besides the ones that I am going to show you today that you recommend to be read by me and our family, our viewers, our subscribers. So just write down in the comments what books you feel like, fiction that you feel like everybody should read, that you actually really enjoy. And you know, it will be greatly appreciated. But like I said, guys, like I like to read all types of books. I'm not gonna lie, I really do. But I can say now, I can say that fantasy is the least amount, I read the least amount of books of fantasy than any genre that is out there. I just have fantasy books, they just don't hit for me, y'all. They don't hit for me. Now some of them do, because I really did enjoy the series of The Court of Thorns and Roses, and it was, what other series I enjoyed, Fourth Wing. Like I'm reading Iron Flame right now, like I'm actually enjoying that. So there is some fantasy, and I think the Ren into the Holly Library, I did enjoy that one. And there are some fantasy books that I really do enjoy, but I'm just not a fantasy girl. Like I don't always like to read about talking dragons and, you know, talking spiders and, you know, stuff of that nature. That's just not my style of reading. And I also feel like that is not like my type of style of reading, guys, is because if y'all have been following and know me by now, I like to read books that has a lot of dialogue in it. Like, I want to know where that book is going. I want to know who's talking in that book. I want to know who's answering in that book. Like, if this couple is having a conversation, I want to know that this couple is having a conversation in this book, and not just a straight page of pages in each chapter. And when chapters are shorter and more dialogue, it's faster to me to get through the book, and the book is just more interesting to me. And like, I love books like that, y'all, because like I said, you can get through that book faster. Like, it's just more interesting. You know where the book, you don't actually, like, as far as thrillers, like, you don't know where the book is going, but it's such a good dialogue that it just keeps you wanting to flip the pages to see what is going to happen next. And Frida McFadden, she does that for me. Cheryl Lapina does that for me. Who else does that for me? Believe it or not, Jasmine Gullery does that for me. Emily Henry does that for me. And actually also, like, Taylor Jenkins Reid, like, she does that for me. And Lauren Asher, like, I could just, the list can go on and on and on about how the dialogue or the way the book is written, like, really entices Yolanda's books to, like, want to read those books. And of course, you know, it's also all about the cover of the book. Like, who doesn't want a nice, clean, cute cover on a book? So, yes, I rambled on just a little bit, but guys, I just want y'all, I just wanted y'all to know, like, what really brings my attention to books. It's not just that I see you guys reading books, you recommend those books to me, like, that book has to capture my attention. And I am going to tell you the truth. When I buy a book, or when I'm book shopping, I think I will read some of the first chapter in that book before I will actually read the synopsis on the back of the book. Or I will be looking for, like, some remarks from, like, authors that I really do enjoy their readings on the cover of that book to see what their thoughts is. Because when you have a really good author or authors that you really enjoy their writings, when they make a comment on some of these books that you want to read, like, it really does sell or not sell that book. At least to me it does. So I just wanted to tell you guys, I wanted to just stress a little bit about how Yolanda's books goes about buying books, wanting to read books, and the book recommendations that you guys give me. Like, am I going to get that book or am I not? But don't get me wrong, I love y'all book recommendations, so y'all never stop giving me those book recommendations. I love book recommendations. I love book mail. I love to try to send book mail. And I just love the bookish community, y'all. And y'all, we are so growing. Like, her family is getting so big. We are at 695 subscribers as of I'm doing this video. Almost 700 subscribers. And I am so overjoyed. I am so happy. I am so thankful. I am overjoyed that we almost have become a 700 subscription family. That is a lot of people. That is a lot of people, y'all, and I am so glad y'all are here. I'm so glad y'all clicked on my channel. I am so glad y'all are engaging with me on all of my platforms, which is TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Like, guys, I really, from the bottom of my heart, really appreciate you guys. And as I stated before, probably in a couple of my videos, once I get to the 1,000 subscriber mark, I will be doing a nice book giveaway. I don't know if it's going to be a basket. I don't know if it's going to be like a bouquet of book flowers. I'm not sure what that will be, but I will do a giveaway when I get to 1,000 subscribers. And y'all, we are headed in that direction. Like, we are headed in that direction so quickly, so swiftly, and I am just so grateful for all of you guys. So guys, this video again will be about the best fiction books everyone should read in my opinion. And subscribe to my channel Wednesdays and Sundays, and let's get straight into this video. Alright guys, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I'm listening to Bob Marley on my vinyl record in the background. And of course, as y'all know, none of us owns the right to any music that's played in these videos. I definitely do not own the rights to Bob Marley, but I love his music, and he is just a pure legend, y'all. I don't know if you guys have looked at the movie on Prime Video, One Love, and it's a, you know, a movie about Bob Marley. But like, I look at it over and over and over again, y'all. Like, I love that movie because I like to hear the actor in that movie like sing some of Bob Marley's songs and things of that nature. So like, y'all, if y'all haven't checked it out, I suggest that you guys check out that movie. It's on Prime Video and it's called One Love, and it's about Bob Marley's life. But let's get straight into this video, y'all. Let's look at these books that I am asking you guys to take a look at, because I feel like they are some great books. So they are in no particular order. I'm just going to show you guys the ones that I feel like will be a great read for you guys. So the first one we're going to start off with is Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book did it for me, and it did not do it for me, you guys. But as I got down toward the middle to the end of this book, I really did enjoy Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book is just pretty much about Carrie Soto, who is a tennis player, and her record was either broken or about to be broken, and so her and her father did not like that, so she decided to come out of retirement and actually play a tennis match against the person who actually broke, or was, I think she broke her record or was about to break her record. Now this book does not have any romance in it, little to no romance in it. I thought Carrie Soto and what was his name? I want to say his name was Ben. I want to say his name was Ben, y'all. Well, and if his name wasn't Ben, y'all just drop it down in the comments what his name was. But I thought at one point that they were going to like spark a relationship that would have been like some romanticy in this book, but they never did. So this book is just purely simple on tennis, getting her mind together, making sure she breaks those records, and getting her career back, her goal back, her record back. So Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid is one of the fiction books that I would recommend for you guys to read. Another Taylor Jenkins Reid book is Daisy Jones and the Sixth. I think I looked at the movie along with reading this book, and I really did enjoy this book, guys. Daisy and Billy and all of the sixes and Billy's wife and, you know, all the gang, like, they were basically, to me, or at least it felt like to me, were living real time and real life lives of a band, being a singer, and all the things. And that includes like the love, the sex, the drugs, the alcohol, and just all the good times, bad decisions, you know, all the things, y'all. So if you guys like music and you know, bands, you know, different things like that, I really think you guys will enjoy Taylor Jenkins read Daisy Jones and the Six. This right here was a really good read for me. So we're going to move along to Delia Owens, Where the Crawdads Sing. I can say that I enjoyed the movie better than I enjoyed the book, but I did see a lot of what I saw in the movie in this book, and of course you know that the book always have more in it than the movie actually does. Marsh Girl, she was pretty much mimicking like what people go through all the time. In every city that you go in, you see children or people who has been abandoned by their family. They don't have anywhere to live. They live the best way that they can, and a lot of times they just want to be left alone. And Marsh Girl was pretty much something like that to me. Like, she was happy living in the marsh. She was happy living the way she was living once her parents left her and she had to stay and grow up and stay in that house alone. She was fine with the, you know, the animals and the things that she, you know, surrounded herself to do while she was in the marsh, like the drawing, being around the animals. But of course she was getting lonely and she did want love, but she was after, what was his name, not Kyle. It's been some time since I read this book, but the other guy, not Kyle, once he left her for school, which he was her first love, once he actually left her to satisfy his father, to get a better feel on life, to get a better, you know, life period, Marsh Girl thought that, you know, he just left her, did not want to come back, did not want her or anything like that. So she got into a relationship with a local guy who was very popular. His parents were very popular, and they just was not going to be a couple. So she got hooked up with him. He started doing things and taking her through things that she just really did not like. He actually ended up having like a temper on him and all the things. And so after that, things just started happening in this book. But I really did enjoy this book, and I would recommend this book for anybody to read, Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. Moving right along. Yes, no, I am not a fantasy girl, but I do read fantasy books like I told you guys. And once I actually really read Court of Thorns and Roses, I loved this series. Y'all, I read the whole series. I did read it along with audio because that really helped me out, because y'all, I could have read this one without the audio, but those other books, heck no. I was not going to be able to read those without the audio because I was never going to get through with them. But once I actually did start this series by Sarah Maas, I really did enjoy this series. Farrah and what was his name? Tellum. In this first book, of course, you know, like, she made a mistake, killed the wolf, and it was only because she was trying to like feed her family. Her mom had either died or left. So they was, you know, they were with their father. She had all these sisters. But anyway, she ended up killing a fairy wolf or something like that. So that's how her and Tillum, Tamlin, became a couple, because she had to move from her family into the area of the people that was a friend of the animal that she killed. And so pretty much, like, this book was just pretty much about, you know, like, just fantasy stuff like talking birds, you know, or talking animals, and just like they're trying to defend their areas, their domain, and you know, things of that nature. But y'all, I can say I really did enjoy the romance, the dialogue, everything about A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah Maas. Emily Henry, y'all, I have her books, the other books, on my shelf, but the only one that I have actually read by her so far was Happy Place by Emily Henry. I enjoyed this book. At first, I felt like it was so hard to get into. I was like, well, tell me now, what is actually happening? Like, what is going on? And so as I got deep down into reading this book, and I kind of like gripped my mind around, like, this book is pretty much about Harriet and Wynn, and like what they are going through that like their friends did not know. And then on top of that, I think her name was her name Sarah? Anyway, one of the other friends were getting married, and that is how the whole friend group met up. And they had met, you know, they hadn't seen each other in decades. So like the other friends and everything, they did not know anything about Harriet and Wynn. You know, like they wasn't dating, they wasn't living together, and all the things there. And so during the time that they were at this cottage, Harriet and Wynn was trying to fake it till they made it. But things actually started to come out, and not just about Harriet and Wynn, about everybody in the group. And so, you know, things just got squashed. Friends, you know, came back together and all the things. So like, I really did enjoy Happy Place by Emily Henry, and I feel like this would be a great fiction book for you guys to start reading. Another one that I thought I was not going to enjoy, but I actually did as I got deep down into the book, is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. Once I got deep down into this book, y'all, this book really touched my heart. Of course, it is about a girl named Eleanor Oliphant. She was struggling with social skills and, you know, just being around people per se, because of what she actually went through as a kid, what she saw, and what she felt like was her fault. Until she met, I want to say, was the IT guy where she works at. And he kind of like brought a lot of things out of her. She opened up to him, started talking, and he just basically, you know, let her know that, hey, what happened, what you went through, and who you are, and what your mom did does not determine you as a person, and you are a great person. So he really did get her to the point of realizing who she was, that nothing was her fault, and that sometimes you just have to let things go. And that's kind of like what she did. So I really did enjoy this book. Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. This one here was a book that was picked by one of the ladies that I follow on Instagram, Shauna Reeds. The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. I enjoyed this book. This book was pretty much about two black girls that lived in the non-segregated era of the world, and they, if I'm thinking correctly, like they were, or at least one of them was pretty light-skinned, so they could have passed as being a white person. And so when they were 16 years old, they actually ran away. And one of them came back to the town that they actually ran away from, and the other one did not. She actually made a life somewhere else as a white woman. And their mom was getting sick. The one that came back home, she was desperate to find her other sister, because they also had kids, and of course she wanted her kid to know her sister's kid, and she wanted to know her kid as well. But her sister just was not ready to come back to that town, and she did not And I think the main reason why was because she did not want her white husband to know that she was not a white woman, she was a black woman. And so things started happening, and everything was starting to come out because the two cousins actually met. And you know, and it just pops off from there. There are some trigger warnings in this book, and y'all, I always ask everyone before they read a book to actually look for trigger warnings, because like the author will put at the beginning of their book most of the time if there are trigger warnings in their books. And I don't per se see where they put that there are trigger warnings in this book, but I feel like there are trigger warnings in this book because this book is based around like racism, and you know, they used a lot of words like nigger and you know, stuff like that. So I really do feel like there are trigger warnings in this book, so y'all just be mindful, be careful when you actually read The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. But I really did enjoy reading this book. I gave this book a second chance when I found the audio to it. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I'm guessing that's how you say her name, that name. I gave this book a second chance, so this was pretty much like a reread for me. And it was because I found the audio to it, and the audio made all the difference for me in this book. Adeline, she was, you know, her childhood just wasn't the best for her. And like her parents wanted to marry her off, so it was in that time that the parents can do that. It was in France of 1714, so that was the time of when like the families choose who they will get married to, all that jazz. So Adeline did not want to get married. She especially did not want to get married to the people or the person that her family, her dad and her mom thought that she should get married to. So like she kind of like ran away in the middle of what was going on with being inducted or whatever they call it to marry someone. And when she ran away into the woods, she wanted to be forgotten, I believe. And so this spirit came and actually pretty much answered her prayers or her request. And once that was actually done, I don't think Adeline thought that like everyone was gonna forget her. I was thinking when she actually requested or asked for a request for, you know, her to be forgotten, I want to say she was thinking that it was going to be just the person that she was intended to marry. But otherwise it was everybody. Like nobody would remember Adeline. And that led for her to have a very long life, because she had an unexpected life expectancy. Like I think at one point in this book that it said like she was like over 100 and something years old. So it was like she had eternal life. Nobody recognized her. Nobody would ever recognize her after the first night that or day that they saw her. And the only thing that got on my nerves about this book is that spirit, that shadow, that whatever, like he would pop up any time in this book. I don't care what she was doing. I don't care who she was with. He would just pop up. I'm like, dude, like she's actually with, I want to say that guy's name was Henry, and I want to say he was the one that was kind of like her because he made the same request. But he would just pop up anytime, any stinking time, and I'm like, that's just not cool. But guys, I really did enjoy this book. I thought that I would not. Like I said, it was not actually a second read. It's just that I never finished it when I first started reading it. But I found the audio and I did read this book again, and I actually did like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. the last book that I want to talk about to you guys that I would suggest you read is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This is the first book of that series. This is the only book that I have read of that series, and it was so stinking good. I think I gave this book probably like a 4-star or a 4.5 star. It was pretty much about this girl named Pip. She was a high school senior, and it was something that she had to do, you know, for her senior year. And so basically it's like she became a detective, and she actually like kind of in a sense opened up a case that had not been solved of a kid that goes to that school got murdered. And so she started, you know, investigating, talking to people, seeing things, all the things. And like somebody did not want her to, they seen that she was like getting close, getting too far, knowing too much. And like just any murder mystery movie book, like they were trying to get her to stop looking, stop doing this project, and just leave it alone. But Pip was not willing to do that, because the brother of the person that got accused of killing the girl, like they were still put away. She actually did like the brother of that person that was put away, all the things, y'all. But this right here was really, really a great book. I do have probably I think the two other series to this book. I have them back there on my shelf, and I think the second one is Good Girl Bad Blood. I have not finished that book, but I think I did start that book. But guys, I really did like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I like the cover of the book. I like everything that happened in the book. The book had great dialogue in it, and the reason why I say that is because, like I said, Pip was doing a school project, so she had log entries in this book, and you know, it was just pages of, you know, like investigation, like detective type stuff, and I really did enjoy that. So this book was really good to me, and I recommend this book to any of you guys to read. I really do think that you will enjoy this book, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Alright, y'all, so that is all. Like, that is all of the books that I feel, oh, no, it's not. I am so stinking sorry. I forgot the grand finale. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Y'all know the movie is out. I was going by my movie theater today to get me some ice cream, and I saw that it was in the movie theater. I am truly in love with the cover of the book that she has now, that is coming out to has came out because of the movie. And when I say I loved that book, I did. Ooh, I do not have that book on my shelf, so I would have to pop up a picture of that book, because I did give that book either to a little free library, or I gave it to someone to read and never got it back. But I truly and honestly, if I would have known that it was going to become a movie, I would have kept that book. Or, I don't know, I probably wouldn't have kept the book. I probably would have wanted the book that they have out now, because it is so stinking cute. But there are some co-workers that has told me that they have went and seen this movie, and they said it was so good. So I am so ready to see this movie. But this is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Great writer. It was just pretty much, if I'm remembering correctly, because it had been some time since I actually read this book. It was pretty much about, oh my gosh, this girl and this guy, they got together, they had a kid. She actually was still in love with a guy that she met and fell in love with when she was a little kid, who was actually homeless. But her and this guy got together, they had a kid. He was like a neurosurgeon or something like that, really popular, really had it going on. But he had some life trauma that happened to him that he actually really kind of needed to go through therapy about. So and I don't forgot her name, but she ended up opening up like a flower store or something like that. I want to say, I know I'm right. And the other guy that she liked during her high school years, like they actually seen each other again and things of that nature. And she kind of wanted to tip it off with him, but she knew that, you know, she had to, like, as per se, get rid of her baggage first. And I can't say, like, I really wanted these two characters to, like, work it out. Like, y'all go through therapy, y'all work it out, because, like, y'all had a steaming hot relationship. He was, like, so successful and looked so good in the eyes of the book world. And I was like, girl, keep your man, you know. But then on the top of that, on the other side of that, I'm like, heck no. Like, he hits her, he beats her, whatever. And if he does, and like, nah, sis, you can't put up with that kind of stuff. So, but her and his sister, luckily, they actually became really good friends. And you know, she was just there to help her go through a lot of whatever she was going through with her brother. So I am so stinking excited that it's a movie. I really and truly want to go to the movies tonight to see that movie. If I don't go tonight, I will go tomorrow, and I will let you guys know what I think about that movie. But I am so excited to see this movie, y'all. Like, I really want to see this movie. And like I said, I gave that book away, and I've been seeing the new book in the bookstores, and I am so tempted to buy that book again. They have the, of course, y'all, you know, they have the bookmarks, they have the book journals that has It Ends With Us. They have the book, you know, tote bags, just all the things that a bookish person would want who is obsessed with the book and the movie. So It Ends With Us is the last fiction book that I suggest that you guys pick up and read. Great read. Colleen Hoover is an awesome writer. I don't care what nobody say, I will always think that. And that's it, guys. So that was 10 books. 10 books, I feel, of the fiction era that is really not a per se an area that I will go in to buy a book that you guys should read. If you guys have already read most or of all of these books that I have suggested you read as far as fiction, drop down in the comments and let me know what you guys thought about those books. And of course, like I said, give me those recommendations, y'all. What fiction books do y'all suggest for me to read? So guys, that's the end of this vlog. I really hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Soon again, we will go book shopping again, because y'all, October is next month, and the next month after that is September. And like, I can still feel the summer here, but I can also at times of the day or whatever, I can feel that autumn is near. So we have to go and get some cozy book, spooky autumn books to read for the cozy season that's coming up. So look forward to us going book shopping together, and I know I will enjoy it and y'all enjoy it the most. So until the next video, y'all get these books if y'all have not read these books, and let me know how you guys feel about these books, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.